Hello once again. Hey, it's Dan here in Virginia. I'm down in the workshop. You're looking at my latest acquisition Santa Claus brought me. It's a turbo timber evolution. Now, this is not my first turbo timber. This is about my third one, I guess. If you can look up here in the hangers, you see my original turbo timber that I've smacked up and rebuilt and so on and so forth, but I like them so much, they fly so nice, I asked Santa for another one. So here she is. The biggest thing I can tell you about this evolution is the placement of the battery. The battery has a top hatch. Put a little piece of tape on here, you just pull this up and there goes the battery. The battery goes right in the top here. I run it on 4-cell. These Turnigy batteries. They're very good batteries, but mine are getting a little old. I think I need get a couple more. But it's a tight fit. They don't tell you that this battery will barely fit down in here, width-wise, which is good. And then you have to literally cut out some of the foam right here. Cut out this corner down in here so that you can push it down in there like that and get the wires down in the corner, and you bend it back and you hook it up. And as you've heard me say before, I don't use Spectrum radios. I use FlySky radios. So that means I have to take this ESC out and I have to cut the EC3, I guess it is, it comes on there, off this Avion 60 ESC. And I have to solder on these some banana connectors, these 4mm banana connectors that I use. And there's also a mod, apparently, for this ESC already. I'm not a fan of ESCs from E-flite. I've had nothing but trouble, but I usually go with Turnigys. But they say, oh, there's a mod, and this has got nice aluminum, looks fancy. But apparently it overheats already, and I don't even fly it that hard. So anyway, it's easy to build. Anybody can slap it together. Not hard at all. The wing comes off with these 2 screws back here, 2 nylon screws. It helps to have I have a little screw gun, and do it with a screw gun, otherwise you're twisting your wrist off. But anyway, I hope you can see down in here, everything fits nice in there. I put it right on top of the Hobby Eagle A3L gyro. So they talk about they've done this, that, and the other thing, but the biggest thing they've made compared to the old one is this top hatch, which is really significant. The hatch just goes right on. You put it up underneath this cowling, and then boom, snaps right in. There's more. There are magnets on the right and fore and aft, so that's what really makes it click in. So then, of course, you mark. Once you get it balanced, you mark your. Take a marker, sharper, and mark it in there so you know where to put it. 60 millimeters back from the leading edge is the perfect balance. So just like they said, plus or minus. You see it right here. Put your markers right here. This is 60. It's perfect. Now I'm a sucker for red, so I guess that's why I bought it. I flew it the other day, and she flies like a timber. I don't know what I expected, but I guess I thought it was going to be more powerful or something, but it doesn't seem to fly a lot better than my old cobbled together wrecked one there. So that either is a testament to how I got that one back together or something, but it flies great. It went up, trimmed out, or I didn't even have to trim it out. It just flew real predictable. And the only thing I did have trouble with is I was just flying a pattern to get a feel for it, and for some reason the engine, the throttle was cutting out, fluctuating. So right away that doesn't instill confidence. So I don't know what the deal is. It may be that when I soldered this connector on here, I got a cold solder joint. I don't know. So I did fly it 4 batteries and it flew, like I said, it flew great, but except for the throttle, it didn't cut completely out. It would slow down. I don't know how to describe it, but it's always down at one end of the field. I go down, turn, as soon as I make a turn, come back in the pattern. You'd have to punch the throttle to get it going. It would sort of, the power would sag. So I think it's either this cold solder joint on this connector, or when you first set it up, you do your throttle calibration with your radio, and I don't think I maybe got that right. So anyway, I've redone it. She's ready to go. Take her back to the field hopefully this week, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. This propeller that came with it, I guess you can put on, the guys are putting on a two-bladed propeller, which are actually better. This propeller was way off. You go to balance it, man, it was off. I don't know if you can see the tape on the back. I had to put this thing all the way across the back, get this thing to balance out. She's balanced now. So, but they tout this thing as being all beefed up and improved. I can't see. The only real significance I see is this hatch placement. This is different. They talk about this, the gear being beefed up. I don't see a darn bit of difference between this gear and the gear on the old one. Nothing. I don't see anything. Same springs, same everything. Same up here. I don't know. Maybe you can't see it, but that one there, the original one, they would tear out down here. I don't see if there's any difference with this new one. And one thing I can tell you is this little fiddly thing here where these connect up. That's the toughest part. You got to have the hands, about 3 hands and a arm of an octopus to get those little screws in there, get it all hooked up. But I don't see how that's beefed up. It does come with metal gear servos, which are a lot better than the old junk servos they had on those plastic gear things. So other than that, it's the same old turbo timber, same timber as before. It has been improved, but like anything, you know, like a new car, they tell you how great the new ones are. They got wheels on them, they run down the road. Not any different than your one you've had for 10 years, basically. So anyway, if anybody knows why this engine the throttle might be fluctuating, please let me know. I think it's either a cold solder joint or I don't have the throttle calibration just right. And for you Spectrum guys, it does have a neat thing in this ESC. It has reverse, so I can't use it, but if you have a Spectrum radio and you can put it in reverse, that's really cool for water operations, where you come down, you land, you bring it in, get it in near shore, blows near shore or something, you just hit reverse and back it up, and away you go. Now some guys try to fool around. I've seen them try to reverse this thing in flight instead of using the flaps, and I think you're just asking for trouble. But trying to back it up on the runway, and that reverse doesn't, I can't see any practical reason for having it except that for water operations. You just back the plane up, get it out of the bushes, get away from the shore, and head it back and take off again. So anyway, there she is. If you need an airplane, second airplane, it's not a first airplane, but it's very predictable, very smooth. I'm told there is actually a mod you can do to the gear. You can replace the gear with some different struts, beef the gear up. Other than that, I think it's the same setup as before. Very predictable, very good airplane. If you get one, I'm sure you'll like it. So anyway, Happy New Year out here.